What's up with it? It's your boy Antoine Campbell, CEO 929, back at it again with nothing but nuggets. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about my starting over series, where I'm going to show you the back end of how I do my real estate wholesaling business. For today's episode, I'm going to be talking about softwares you need for your business, how to find the right market and figuring out what will work best for my business, finding the zip codes for these markets, pulling the leads with the best data and software, skip tracing the leads, and uploading the list to my CRM and preparing for my marketing strategy. Welcome back to the series starting over. It's going to be a wonderful episode. We're opening up a new market. We're creating a brand new wholesaling business from scratch if you don't already know. I'm going to be using multiple softwares in order to figure out exactly what I want to market at. I think the number one people make a mistake is they just all over the place. I'm going to show you how to get laser focused. I'm going to show you how to use one software to complement the next software and then bring that next software back into the first software and start my plan and execution. So I wanted a software that was very simple to use and easy to use. Most people starting off don't have the luxuries to afford a virtual assistant. I'm going to put the virtual assistants on pause until I probably get my first deal on contract and make some money so it could be more realistic for you guys. And what I did was I went out into the marketplace and I found a software that I really like that can do everything for me, such as send out the text message, help me with the leads, help me find the data, help me run rental comps, send out contracts. It's all in one software. And that software, I'm not even affiliated to them. I haven't even reached out to them, but it's FreedomSoft. And it's very intuitive and it's very easy to use. I believe Sean Tory have a white label version called Freedom Logic. It's the same exact software. So sometimes people white label things and they use it as their own. That's normal in most businesses. But the point of the software is to be able to do everything. And I'm going to dedicate at least 3 to 4 hours a day into working my wholesaling business. So the first thing first, my goal is to get to Florida. I want to move to Florida or at least have a house in Florida. We have a few vacant lots down in Florida, but my goal is to buy 1 vacant lot a month to keep for myself. The whole plan with that, shout out to Daniel Claiman, is to land bank. And what I mean by land bank is to eventually within a couple of years start to build duplexes, triplexes, and quads on these lots and keep them as what we call legacy properties. Right, so that's down the road. But right now, my goal is to find a zip code or a nook in Florida where I can get as many deals on a contract as possible so I can literally start to liquidate them and start to create cash. I need about a good $375,000 in my operating account to move on to the next phase, which is buying properties to hold and buying properties to flip and rent. And I want to show you exactly a few people I'm working with, lenders and things. I'm even going to show you how to get your credit right. So you can do this. But first thing first, let's hop into my screen and let's head over to Propstream. Propstream is literally right here. Once you get into Propstream, we're going to open up my other software, which is FreedomSoft. And once you get into FreedomSoft, the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out what zip codes is. Those who took my virtual wholesaling course at first knew I'm really big on finding hot zip codes and then go to market from there. Because wasting money and skip tracing places that you don't want to be or investors are not currently buying is really stupid. So listen, we're inside of FreedomSoft. Go to freedomsoft.com to sign up. Hey, as of right now, I'm not an affiliate. But if you want to sign up and let them know Antoine Campbell sent you, maybe they give me some money. I don't know. But that's not the point. The point is finding a software that makes sense. Software is move and grow, and that's the whole point of it. So I want to target Florida. Like I said, Florida is a place that I definitely want to spend a lot of time. One of my biggest goals with the whole Florida situation is to really start to plant my foot down there, and as well as to get so good that I can find motivated sellers that's interested in selling beachfront property off both the East Coast and the West Coast of Florida, and ultimately buy my dream legacy property, which is beachfront property, waterfront property down in the Florida Keys where I can build a nice size house. So what you do is you head over to, you look over here, and we want to look for the hottest zip codes by county. So I want to target Jacksonville because I spoke at a meetup down there and I did my due diligence. And Jacksonville gives me Harrisburg, Pennsylvania vibe. And we did a ton of business up in Harrisburg before we put everything on pause up there because of COVID. And we're about to open that back up really quickly too as well. What I mean by that is, so Duval County, it's the county for Jacksonville, I believe. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow the system to pull this data, aggregate this data, so then we can take these zip codes and then go into Propstream to build a list. Now, I tried to build lists inside FreedomSoft. I don't like the UI when it comes to building customized lists and things. So I think I'm just going to go get Propstream data and go from there. So if you look right here, guys, I found the top zip code. So we're going to go after the top, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zip codes, right? So we have 32210. It was 152 transactions happened in the last 90 days. 32218, 32244, 32208, 32209. Now, why is this important, guys? This is important because we know exactly what a transaction is here, and we know exactly what a market is here. So you can literally go into any market around the country and know exactly what people are buying things at. So what I like to do is take this zip code and copy it. And what you want to do is just go over to Propstream. Like I said, we go over to Propstream like this. And we can start pasting these zip codes. Now, what I want to do, instead of searching all the zip codes at one time, I highly recommend, guys, you search each zip code individually and then label the zip code. So 32210 high equity, 33210 pre-foreclosure, vice versa, right? So as you see, there's 23,000 properties and 32210. Here it is right here. So what we want to do, and there's over 4,100 cash buyers too. So it's a very good quality area to do business in. So what we want to do is we want to go straight to the quick list. Since we know Jacksonville is full of tired landlords, let's target the tired landlord list. It took us down to 2,900 properties. And then we can just do some basic filtering. Maybe focus on the ownership and different property characteristics. So let's focus only on properties that's in residential neighborhoods, right? And then we want to only focus on properties that's single family, 2 to 4 family, and 5+ family. We're not going to worry about the bedrooms or baths. We're not going to worry about the home features. We can then focus on MLS status if we want, but we already back down to 1,200 properties. Maybe we only want to focus on properties that's worth no more than $400,000. So if you want to kind of estimate a value, no more than, I say, $475. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. Because if you come across duplexes and stuff, it's going to mess it up. So like I said, you want to get your filters on point. Here's your quick search. Tired landlords, residential, boom, boom, boom. Now, if you want to get sexy about it, you can add a whole bunch of different things. But let's go look at the ownership information. We don't want to focus on people that own their houses for at least 3 years or better. Owner type is an individual. And like I said, we just want to focus on people that's easy to skip trace. Now, we could focus on LLCs and then do it like that, but to be honest with you, I don't really know too many places that's really good at skip tracing LLCs. So to make this all simple, we'll keep it like that. Yeah. And I think this is a good list. I'm not even going to take out none of that. So then when you look at, so then what we do is we add to the list. And we're going to create a new list. And we're going to call this 32210 Florida Retired landlord list. So I got 50,000 credits. Shout out to Propstream. If you're not using Propstream, do me a favor. Head over to ceo929.com/Propstream. My team's going to put the link on the show notes as well as at the bottom of the screen. Sign up for a 7-day free trial. Doing that, you support me and you support yourself, because this is some of the most powerful data that you can get your hands on. You know what I mean? So once we save this marketing list, we're going to go back and we're going to continue to build lists. We want a high equity list. We want a pre-foreclosure list. We want a vacant list. So now we take that same filter. See, we got tired landlord, and we switch it, and we just go to see if they got any pre-probates. 14 pre-probates. So we'll take this list too, and we'll add to the list. We'll create a new one. Give me 1 second, my computer be tripping. So like I said, you'll go to the filter, pre-probate, boom, we'll add this, create a new list. We'll call this 33 Florida, and then we'll just change the name to, pre-probate. List. We save that. Then after we say that, we do the next thing. Guys, you want to knock stuff down by zip codes, and then we'll launch the zip code. We'll get a skip trace. Once we launch the zip code, we'll send it out to SMS. We can do RVMs. I personally like SMS. I'm not really a cold calling guy. Now, when I start to make money, I'll probably get a few VAs to do cold calling. But I noticed that we get a lot more leads and SMS than cold calling. Now, I'm not saying cold calling isn't good. I'm just telling you what I noticed. So, like I said, then we take that filter and we jump to probably, let's go high equity. Boom, you see all of that? Residential, 3 years or more. And we'll probably take the 3 years or more and turn it into, maybe 5 years or more. Hey man, this podcast is sponsored by Easy Skip Tracing. That's right, Easy Skip Tracing, man. Take yourself over to easyskiptracing.com. Get some high quality data so that way you can lock up more deals and ultimately make more money. If you're serious about your wholesaling business, you'll go over to easyskiptracing.com where you get premium data so you can get premium results and make a ton of money. Yeah, so we will finish building out this list. So like I said, when you're doing pulling your list and you're setting up your new campaigns, you want to start specifically with a zip code or county and then work your way down to the different lists. Like Propstream got a bunch of different quick choice lists. So like I said, the high equity list, free and clear list, senior owners, there's different lists that you can pull and start to market to. So a good combination of lists is maybe 5 to 8 lists. And then what you do is you launch zip codes by the day. So today, depending on how many leads you have in your zip code, you can run maybe 2-3 other lists through SMS marketing. And then what happens is, as you get responses back, you can, qualify people saying, fuck you, get off my phone, kiss my ass, or people saying, yeah, I'm interested in selling. Then you just schedule an appointment with them via the telephone to see what they got and see what you can do to offer, and try to lock up their contract. So you want to hear some conversations. Some conversations we may change the voice of the seller just a little bit, just so the person won't be like, yo, you put my shit on Facebook or YouTube without my permission. We don't want any of them issues. So look, we got the high equity list. I don't think we add the high equity list, so you select all. In fact, no. That's way too many leads. Which isn't a bad thing, but I like to be very certain. So ownership information, we're gonna say at least 5 years is good for. 5 years, that's 2017. So they bought it on the last cycle. So I want to say 7 years. Yeah, it dropped it. But see, as you see, it only dropped it down to about maybe 1,000. If there any other thing we want to add, I don't know. Maybe it got an active lien. It took it down to 144 properties. That's what we call our niche list. And I'll show you exactly how to create them niche lists as well. But we want to keep it broad as possible because we call this wide net fishing. And with wide net fishing, you just throw a net in the ocean, you catch whatever the hell you're gonna catch, and you separate it. Whatever you don't want, you throw it back. And then you have what we call like specifically bait fishing. You have a particular bait, and you know exactly what's going to hook on that line with a particular bait. Example, if you have squid or eel, you know you're going to be catching red snapper. So, and marketing, when you know you're looking for a particular thing, then you're going to be marketing to a particular thing. So that's one of the things that it took me a while to understand when I first started wholesaling. But you know, we've been doing this for a while now, so it's second nature to us. Like I said, you can have different valuations, you know, how much you think the property is worth, or the different type of price points. Because last thing you want to do is be talking to people who own $1 million houses, and really you should be focused on people who own $250 houses. So if you want to add this other curry back, but I think this is good. 5,000 properties. I'm satisfied with this. Number of bedrooms, baths. I don't really get into all that. And then we'll just say high equity. Three, 2, 2, 1, 0. High equity. Make sure I put Florida on here so I remember. You can also put your date on your list, but I don't date the list until we actually skip trace it, and then we know, okay, this list will skip trace, and then I date it. Because what happens is this list will constantly update inside of the Propstream list automated and take off people based on the criteria. And then when I'm ready to export it out of Propstream, that's when I date it. So I know exactly what the date is. So if you go to campaigns, or if you go to properties, you're going to see a whole lot of different lists. So don't get upset with me with all these different lists. We got a lot of data we keeping track of in here, Propstream. Almost 1 million records, honestly. So what we want to do, click on that first list. Out of all them properties, let me tell you something about high equity. Out of all of these properties, almost 5,000 properties. Look at what you'll notice. Only 28 on the market. Out of 5,000 properties, nearly 1/3 of it, almost 1/2, is free and clear. And then 35 and pre-foreclosure. Now, what that tells you? That tells you that this is a quality list. These are people that know what they're talking about. They're probably seasoned investors that own multiple properties, and when they ready to sell, it's not because they're out of desperation, most likely. It's because it just makes sense. So don't forget that, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all of these properties, and then I'm gonna export it. It's going to take away from my export. So as I'm exporting this, I pick out a skip tracing provider to skip trace this. See, it just downloaded. So when you open it up, here's my records. So what you want to do is when you first download something, guys, make sure you save as. So you see that property export 3321. I'm gonna say 3321 high equity. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this to desktop, and then you just want to make sure that you're saving to create a folder for this. Let's create a brand new folder. REI list leads. And I'm gonna create another subfolder, so I won't be all over the place. And it's gonna say Jacksonville, Florida leads. And then I'm gonna save inside of the Jacksonville, Florida leads. So that way I know exactly these leads for Jacksonville, Florida, and we go from there. So I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna take this over to get skip trace, and I'm gonna come right back, and then we're gonna figure out a way to upload this. Now I download the list. There you just gotta figure out what data provider you want to use. There's a ton of data providers. They got Easy Skip, REI Skip, Batch Lead, Data Zap. I mean, it's so many freaking skip tracing and data providers. That's all in preference, right? I'm gonna go with the home team, which is the company we're on, which is Easy Skip Tracing. If you want quality data, head to this website. What you do is you sign up. You can sign up right now, create your free account. It doesn't cost any money to sign up. The beautiful thing about this is you only pay for the results. So once you figure out that, boom, you're good to go. So I use one of my test accounts, and then what I do is I go to bulk upload. I upload the list. You get up to 3 phone numbers. You accept the terms and conditions. Upload list. We'll call this I think Duval County. Yes. Next. Boom. And now what you got to do, guys, is you just got to match the fields. Once you match the fields, boom, you're good to go. So property address, you drag over here. What else we want? We want first name, last name. Last name. First name. Looking for a first name. Here we go. State. Then we go to city, try to find city. And then zip. I already had some phone numbers, but just for simplicity, I put that in custom fields. And now we got everything that we feel is important. You hit next, and then the system will validate everything. And once everything is validated, then it tell you exactly how many records, right? So this is about 5,000 records, and literally, you just approve and make sure everything is what you want it to be. And so only load the phone numbers or all the numbers, right? So after your skip trace is complete, we'll send your CS dive with all the data returned from the skip engine. You get up to 10 numbers for the owner and up to 3 phone numbers of the relative. That's a total of 25 possible numbers. You decide. So I like to just do the 3 because I don't want to waste my time. And it literally shows you how much it's going to be. I'm going to add my card and we're going to skip trace it. And then when I come back, I'm going to show you exactly the list and the leads that we got. Once you do that, guys, all you got to do now is just upload this into whatever CRM. There's a couple of CRMs, like I said, we use on FreedomSoft, and then we have our own CRM that we use for bulk SMS. And it's called Prospect Vault. That's a wonderful tool because you're getting data. You're able to message people for less than 1 cent per message. So you'll save a ton of money. Like I said, quality data, premium clients, understand exactly who you're targeting. You know the zip code. So when you get them on the phone and you start to talk to them, you know exactly who these type of people is that you're targeting. So I'm back. I'm about to pick my CRM. I have, like I said, multiple CRMs. The biggest thing when you're doing virtual wholesaling is you want to keep that cost as low as possible. So I'm looking at the FreedomSoft that I signed up for, and I'm just checking out the price. They charging $4 a month per number, and then they're charging 3 cents per text message, and then 1.5 cents per received text message, and then 3 cents per minute to make calls. Now, our other company that we own, actually, that we use to do all of our lead generation, shameless plug, go head over to prospectvault.io and get your 7-day free trial and take a test drive for yourself. We charge 1 cent per text message. And if you get the Pro plan, we charge less than 1 cent. It's like, I don't know the decimal of it, but yeah. So basically, for every $10 you spent, you can send maybe almost 900 text messages, which is really outstanding. And then for incoming calls, we charge around 1 cent for incoming calls. Let's see what FreedomSoft was charging. Voice message making calls to receive calls, they charging 5 cents to receive. They're making a killing. So I know for a fact that I won't be using FreedomSoft to do a lot of my lead generation. I will actually probably just use Prospect Vault. And then I'm gonna upload my list to Prospect Vault. And then we'll start our campaign probably today, send out our first batches of text messages to Duval County, Florida, which is in the Jacksonville area. And we know for a fact that's where we want to start. That's what we want to do. So hopefully, if this episode has been of value to you, listen, I want you to share this with at least 5 new people that's in real estate investing, because things are about to get really good. The quality that we're putting on YouTube will probably outpace most people's courses and training that you're probably looking at. So I definitely say each and every Thursday, tune into this starting over series, and you're going to learn a whole lot. But we're about to upload that 5,000 leads that we skip traces with Easy Skip, and literally get our campaign started. The best time, and write this down, guys, the best time to do your marketing, if you have a 9-to-5 job, is to just come in and do it the day before. And then inside of Prospect Vault, you can set a timer to start to send out messages. And then if you can have a yes and if or reply, so if someone replies yes, then you can kind of like auto respond. It's a whole bunch. I'm not going to get into that. But if you sign up, you'll get the trainings and you'll know exactly what to do. The point of that is most of the people have other obligations. For me, I run 4 or 5 other different businesses outside of real estate. So I want this to be sufficient, but it doesn't take my entire day. And I need to be consistent enough in order for it to generate quality leads. So the first thing I do is set a time. So the best time to do your marketing probably between the hours of 2 p.m. and to 7 p.m. And then you want to do your calls and book appointments, your acquisition calls anytime after 5. So if you're working 9 to 5, this business model is perfect. So by the time you get off work, you have your appointment set up, you get home, you throw dinner on, maybe you got to order meal prep service, maybe you got to do what you got to do. And the point is, you still can talk to quality people. And I'm going to be giving you guys some sales tips and things, and let you listen in on a few conversations as we start to generate leads. The market is shift, so it's no more seller's market where they're asking for crazy amounts of money. Now they probably still will be, but the reality is majority of the homes that's on the MLS is probably taking a reduction. So I'm going to show you how to go find your hardcore buyers and your buyers that buy in any markets. And I'm going to show you how to price things and sell things consistently. And then I'm going to show you how to find the right good quality title companies to work with so you won't be stressing and bang your head against the door. Other than that, guys, I see you on next week's episode when we finally get into marketing, and you'll start to see me respond to all the text messages and hopefully get a contract. My goal is to get some contracts, to get some revenue coming in, and I'm going to show you exactly how to fill out the pipeline. You're going to have free forms and tricks and things, and I'm going to show you a whole bunch of stuff. And then towards the end of this, we may do like a VIP event where it's a Q&A and you ask me all the questions about what I've been going through for the last 8 weeks. Talk to you soon. Hey, quick question. You got a 9 to 5 and you can't cold call, or you can't do all the basic things to run your wholesaling business? I've been helping people since 2018 hire and train and scale their business using virtual assistants primarily from the Philippines. I want you to take yourself over to va.ceo929.com. You heard me. That's va.ceo929.com and sign up for a high quality virtual assistant. All of our VAs start off at a quality rate of $4 an hour. They come fully trained. They're ready to go. They can help you with prospecting, lead generation, admin tasks, and they come with a 6-month guarantee of service, which means that if you have any problems within 9 or 6 months, we'll replace them free of charge, no questions asked. We're one of the first companies that take care of people in this capacity, and we want to help you grow and scale your business. If you're dead serious, head over to va.ceo929.com, sign up ASAP, or text 202-335-3322, and they will text you back and get you the information you need to hire a virtual assistant.